In a low stance defensively, matched up with Mitchell. Fires up a three. Kelsey Mitchell!
The Fever's win over the Sun wasn't just another victory, it felt like a turning point. After a season full of setbacks, this game carried extra weight. Indiana was still in the playoff hunt, but back-to-back losses to the Wings and Mystics, both below them in the standings, had erased their margin for error. And early on, it looked like the same script was playing out again.
So it was over. The season was done.
Indiana's offense stalled while Connecticut kept padding the lead. Scoreboard told the story, the Fever were sinking fast. Fans at home could feel it, and the frustration showed on the bench with every miss and turnover. Even with 9 games left on the schedule, it felt like the season was slipping away in real time.
This is what the greatest thing about sports is. You play to win the game. Hello? You play to win the game. You don't play to just play it. That's the great thing about sports. You play to win. And I don't care if you don't have any wins. You go play to win.
But basketball has a way of changing everything in an instant. This time, it was Kelsey Mitchell and the Fever sparking a comeback to remember. A month from now, this half might stand out as the defining moment of their season, and for Caitlin Clark, a real turning point. Before breaking down how it unfolded, let's set the stage with a famous clip.
One of your starters goes down, one of your leaders goes down. And after that, it did feel like the morale of the team was down for the first half, and they went into halftime being down 20 points. And I thought, I was on live, you guys heard it from me, I was like, okay, this game's done. Like, they just can't get out of it. The morale of the team is done. Seeing Sophie go down, like, maybe this team just doesn't have any fight left in them. And I was actually ready to give them a pass as well. I was like, you know what? It's been a hard season. And at some point, you might just have to throw in the towel and be like, you know what? We will get after it next season. It is what it is.
That famous Herm Edwards line still holds up. You play to win the game. No excuses, no matter the score or the injuries. But in this one, the Fever had every reason to fold. Another setback hit. Sophie Cunningham went down hard, clearly in pain. She stayed on the floor before trainers helped her off, unable to put weight on her leg. From her expression, you knew it wasn't just a bump. It was serious. The timing couldn't have been worse. Caitlin Clark was already out. Sydney Colson was out. Ari McDonald was out. And now Sophie, one of Indiana's leaders and best floor spacers, was sidelined too. Frustration boiled over. This no longer felt like bad luck. It felt like a cruel pattern, where every spark of momentum was met with another blow. Even Sophie's family had had enough. They went straight to social media, blasting the WNBA for weak officiating and failing to protect players.
In a low stance defensively, matched up with Mitchell. Fires up a three. Kelsey Mitchell!
With Sydney Colson, Ari McDonald, and Caitlin Clark already sidelined, losing Sophie felt like the breaking point. The Fever trailed by 21 in what should have been a must-win against the league's bottom team. Nothing clicked, the offense had no spark, the defense was shaky, and even the bench looked drained. Watching from home, you could sense it too. Fever Nation was ready to throw in the towel.
Boston backs down Hartley. Aaliyah Boston, excellent post position.
It felt like the season was already over, with everyone settling into quiet acceptance. 9 games still remained, but hope was gone. Then the Fever showed a pulse. It didn't come with fireworks, just small sparks, a Kelsey Mitchell free throw, then a floater, then a three. What started as a flicker slowly began to grow.
Essentially, I thought, well, I wasted my day watching this game and going live for it. Then cue the end of the third quarter. The momentum shifted and the Fever started chipping away at this enormous lead that the Connecticut Sun had on them. For the majority of the game, I would say that the lead was around 15, 16 points, and they got it down to 8 points, and Kelsey Mitchell started heating.
Suddenly, the energy shifted, the body language lifted, and the shots that wouldn't fall earlier started to drop. By the 5:37 mark, the 21-point deficit was trimmed to 14. By the end of the third, it was down to 11. For the first time all night, the arena had life, momentum was tilting.
Howard, assertive, 2 and the foul!
The Sun still held the lead, but the Fever had opened the door, and Kelsey Mitchell was about to kick it wide open.
As a matter of fact, this was the largest comeback in Indiana Fever franchise history. And it was funny because there were so many people cheering in Connecticut for the Indiana Fever when all this was happening. There was actually just so many Fever fans in Connecticut. As a matter of fact, when Marina Mabrey went on the court in the beginning of the game, they booed her. Imagine getting booed in your own arena.
With the season on the line, Kelsey Mitchell caught fire. At the 8:38 mark, she drilled a three. Next possession, she attacked the rim and knocked down both free throws. The Suns' double-digit lead was vanishing. Then Lexi Hull joined in. Wide open in the corner, she broke through her shooting slump with a clutch three. In an instant, the Fever were alive again.
I'm so proud of you guys. I know that sometimes it sounds like just a word when we talk about being resilient, but it's not, man. It's how we live. Yeah. It's how y'all live, and it's a tribute to you. It's a tribute to your connectedness, your togetherness, your toughness, your mindset. Your never give up gritty attitudes. Like, that's what it takes. That's what it takes, and we will never be counted out, because that is worth gold. That is worth gold. Kels, goddamn baby. Put us on your back.
The crowd was electric, the bench on its feet, and every possession carried weight. Odyssey Sims turned fearless, attacking the rim, drawing contact, and sinking 9 free throws on pure aggression. Brianna Turner, rarely in the rotation, stepped in with gritty defense, finishing a +10 without scoring a single point. By the final minute, Kelsey Mitchell had willed Indiana all the way back. The scoreboard read 84-84. Tie game. The impossible was now reality. Overtime. Stephanie White pumped her fist as the Fever bench erupted like the game was already theirs. And in overtime, Indiana seized control. 20 seconds in, Mitchell sliced to the rim for a layup. A minute later, she drilled a three. Next trip, another one. She wasn't just hot, she was unstoppable. Meanwhile, the Sun tightened up, their shots rattling out as hesitation set in. Then came the dagger. Brianna Turner drove hard, drew the defense, and kicked it out. Lexi Hull rose in the corner, let it fly, and buried it. Swish. Game over. Fever up for good. Final score, 99-93. The largest comeback in franchise history.
To see Sophie Cunningham go down with injury amid all the other injuries that the Fever have suffered, it really felt like it was over. I mean, before the game, Stephanie White said she hopes Caitlin Clark is back at some point in the regular season. Then you see Sophie come down and you see them getting blown out by the Sun, and you kind of think, what's the point?
Yes, it was against the league's worst team. And yes, it was one Indiana absolutely had to win. But the way they pulled it off is what made it unforgettable. They survived yet another key injury. They erased a 21-point deficit. And they did it with a road crowd that roared louder than the home fans. This wasn't just a win, it was survival. It was belief. It was grit. Kelsey Mitchell led the charge, dropping 38 points, 34 of them after halftime. She had only 4 in the first half, then completely flipped the game. That's refusing to quit. Lexi Hull came through too, 8 points, 7 rebounds, and clutch threes that snapped her slump at the perfect time. Odyssey Sims attacked fearlessly, piling up 9 free throws and setting the tone. Brianna Turner brought toughness on defense, finishing +10 in a 6-point game without scoring a basket. And Aaliyah Boston did what she always does, 14 points, 13 rebounds, the steady anchor in the middle. It was the kind of team win that can swing a season. And the reaction said it all. Injured teammates tweeted their pride in real time. Inside the locker room, the emotions poured out, joy, relief, and belief. This wasn't just about one night. It was proof the Fever can take every hit this season throws and still come out swinging. In the locker room, it showed on every face, this one mattered. It wasn't just about celebrating a win. It was relief. It was pride. It was belief from a group that's been battered all season. This game might end up being the turning point of their year. There are still plenty of games left, and anything can happen, but losing this one would have been crushing. A third straight defeat, against the league's worst team, with 3 showdowns against the Lynx and one of the toughest closing schedules still ahead, it would have left their season on life support. Everyone in the building knew it.